Well, it's privatization is basically a simple thing if the politics keep out of it. So let me explain you why it doesn't work. Take the example of Buenos Aires. Buenos Aires has decided, and the same thing is true for Berlin as well. But take me this example from Buenos Aires. Buenos Aires has decided, it was a political decision to privatize the water. The French water company has agreed with the government to the price of the water. The moment actually the French company went online, if you want to, they had to raise the tariffs by a factor of 3. What happened were the people went out in the streets and said, we are not paying that water price. And so the politics actually gave in and reduced the water price without paying the difference as a subsidy to the company. And the company with that couldn't actually look after the infrastructure anymore. And you had the same thing as with the trains in Great Britain. The infrastructure went down the drain. And at the end of the day, when then the government put pressure on the private sector to actually redo the infrastructure, they couldn't pay it and they just moved out. At the end of the day, it's the people who will pay. They will pay the full price anyhow, whether it's the private sector or the government. But with the government, it's much more subsidy. It's invisible. A private sector can do it, but maybe we have to go to a way like we have learned with the railways to function, is that actually the government is actually taking care of the infrastructure. So, and the private sector is just running the infrastructure. I think that's a way of doing it. It seems to work in many countries. In France, it does. It works with the railways in different countries as well. Maybe this is a way of doing it, but I think the experiences in some cities around the world are so bad that at the moment people have, and here comes the emotion into the whole game, is if we give the water to the private sector, we don't have access to it anymore. And that immediately triggers an effect against. So people don't want to have that happen.